Hello, welcome to Monday Night Live. What are we up to? 88, all the eights. So big night tonight, all driven by you guys. We got snakebite bandages and badges and USBs and all sorts of stuff to give away. So bear with me. We've got questions, your questions answered right here live. So let's get going, let's get into it, and we'll see what we end up with in an hour's time. So welcome everyone. We've got lots and lots of people here, lots on Facebook, lots on the YouTube. I can see Nadia there. I think Nadia still hasn't missed a beat. So welcome Nadia. We'll just get this chat window happening here. Get the YouTube chat. We'll pop that out so we can sit it somewhere nice and neat where I can see it. So hope everyone's having a lovely, lovely week. Big week here. I know I went on a massive rant last week. I wasn't a happy camper. But we're back to normal programming, if you like, this week. So Mark's here, Matty Rodney's here, Trevor's got a question. I've got your question. So if you've got questions, guys, tonight's the night, and I will answer you with everything I can help you with. So let's hope it all goes to plan. So we got a few mugs tonight. CQ Detectorist, of course. CQ Detectorist, if you're up in central Queensland, get onto them. Apparently, they recover lost history. So, they're good guys up there. So, get amongst that. Vanessa's here. Haven't seen Vanessa for a long time. Vanessa, how are you? Dan Kelly's here. Mike's here. Nevin Hobo Gold's in the house. Brian's here. Nice to see you, Brian. Walkabout Prospecting, Lord Friday, Kylie. Everyone's out here tonight. So, welcome, guys. Tonight's backdrop's the beach for no other purpose than I thought I haven't used a beach photo in a while, and it's a bit beachy time. So, the CQ Detectorists are here. Dan's here. Tam. It's very, very exciting tonight. So, don't forget to fire out your questions. I will endeavour to get to as many as I possibly can. We've got a few things we're going to cover tonight. Cleggy and I have been talking. It's always a worry when Cleggy and I talk too much. I've got to talk about Mark and metal detecting country New South Wales. I've got to talk about him. I need to buy a mug off him. Mark's here somewhere. Mark, do you sell mugs? I need a mug. I need to buy a mug. I don't ask for anyone to send me a mug. So I've got a second mug tonight. That would confuse me. With rat, we're going to talk about rat detecting, and then all your questions. So that's what's happening tonight. Of course, make a comment and share to win. Our prizes are the gold, some badges. We've got the USB sticks kicking about, snakebite bandages. I'll just give you a bit of a rundown on these snakebite bandages. We've upgraded, actually, if you can see the size of those. We've upgraded them, so we're no longer selling this one. This is my demo one now. We're only selling the bigger ones. So, right. So, okay. So let's get started. Cleggy and I have been talking, okay, and Cleggy and I do chat a little bit. And I sort of half watched his live the other night on the way back. Well, I didn't watch it. I was listening to it on the way back from the lease. Pretty hard to hear most of it because I was rattling along in the world's greatest Land Cruiser, of course. But I got his gist about what he was talking about with digging techniques in parks and all that sort of thing. And so, and I don't think the fault necessarily lies with you guys, the beginning detectorist, if you like. The fault really lies with the people you buy the detector off, people like me. So people like me, less so than the big box stores where you get zero training or nothing happening. So Cleggy and I are working on a little training thing that we're going to roll out, and basically it's a little short session that we're going to do on a Saturday morning. Some Saturday mornings, we haven't exactly worked the details out, but it'll be digging techniques, right? And we will cover gold and relics and parks. So we'll do all of that in one little half an hour session. So we'll probably do a demo, and then let you guys have a crack at it. Then what Cleggy likes to call dig decisions. So dig decisions are target IDs, what the machine's telling you, right? And that'll be one little session, okay? And then pinpointing and actually narrowing the target down with the VLF machine, okay? So those 3 training sessions, right, are going to be basically free if you bought a machine off me, and Cleggy's going to do one. If you bought a machine off him, be nothing. There is a small charge if you don't buy a machine off me and you want to come and have. We expect those 3 training sessions there can do one of those training sessions or 3 of those training sessions all at once. It'll be $67 for the 3 if you haven't bought a detector off us. So if you go and buy a detector off Anaconda, right, and you want me to train you, it'll be $67, and we will get you properly up to speed. And then they're $27 each if you just want to get better at target IDs or that sort of thing. So they're the little training sessions rolling out. Probably the first one's going to be the 14th of December here in Brisbane. Cleggy will roll out dates. Cleggy is about here. Yeah, absolutely. Gem Q's here. G'day, Gem Q guy. And the reason that we've been talking about this week is because of these guys. These guys put a really, really good event on. Really good event. And really what let that event down was target recovery, right? So target recovery is a big problem, okay? Dig decisions, right? Whether you dig that target or not is another problem, okay? So we need to give more information back to people buying machine, particularly first timers. So we will certainly help that out. So the pinpointing, and the other thing that I see all the time is incorrect technique. So with the pinpointing, we'll also go through basic detecting. So coil flat to the ground, horizontal, none of this business, all that sort of stuff. So it's a real, I would expect those 3 courses to be done in under 2 hours. It's a really quick, short thing on a Saturday morning. We'll get out in the park and we will show people like that. So from this point in time, that comes with every detector I sell now. So, and I would suspect, and Cleggy will probably confirm that every detector he sells from now on will probably come with the same thing. We're working together on this because, yeah, why not? Cleggy's a good guy. Now he hasn't got a beard and his hair's not growing back. He needs some support, you know. Yeah, it's yes, it's good. So yeah, it's the most important thing to do so as a hobby, we don't get banned from these parks. So for instance, at one of the coins I know of, I was talking to a guy today. There was a council inspector at the park waiting for detectorists, okay? And they were allowing you to go on, right? But they were chasing you off if you had a pick, or a shovel in your hand. So we'll cover all that. So who's that say? The surfing prospect, Cleggy is the bomb. I think that's taken a little bit too far. The surfing prospector thinks Cleggy is the bomb. I don't know. Cleggy's got a super fan going there. So yes. So Rodney's here. Rodney, I hope the smoke's blowing away from Warwick a little bit, mate. So Mick Nielsen's here. Doug, Laurie, lots and lots of people. I'm a mile behind here. Right. Jono from, so Cleggy. So Cleggy's got a detecting shop in Newcastle now. All the machines will now come with this basic training. We have future plans for more advanced training, beach training, all that sort of stuff, but we're not there yet, right? But we're going to roll out a full suite of these. But the three important things are digging techniques, dig decisions, so making the decision on when to do that, and pinpointing, so actually detecting techniques, so pinpointing, correct swing technique, all that sort of thing. So Timmy Breen's here. G'day Timmy. Jason Clark. So really basic stuff, and we're going to roll that out. And I want to give a big shout out to Rat, right? Andrew Austin. He put together a fantastic event. He copped so much flack from poor recovery techniques. He copped so much. But sensational idea. I hope that nationwide coin hunt doesn't go away. So thank you very much for all your efforts there, Andrew. It's not necessarily... don't take it to heart, brother. It's all right. So it's our job to educate people. So there's a couple other things in the plan. I've been thinking about this a lot over the last little while. So will you be making DVDs about it and selling it? Quite possibly. We could do that. Absolutely. So we are also, as Aussie Gold Prospector says, the same part of this is actually recovering a gold nugget. So many times I see people out in the bush, because I do a lot of training out in the bush with people on gold. So many people I see really struggle to recover a target. Okay, so part of that digging techniques will be how to recover a gold nugget or a small target. So yeah. Right, so that's that. Okay, people ask, how's the, people have been asking, I will get to the, I've got a pick question. It's a bit technical, but I've got a pick question from Trevor from the dark side. So, okay, so what have we got next? I'm on the lookout for questions here, but yes. So what we might do, I had an interesting day today actually. I won't get onto my rant just yet, but we talk about flogged out GPAs. Okay, now flogged out GPAs are a term we hear all the time, particularly in the shop. We go, oh no, that area's flogged out, and mostly it's because of people who really don't know how to use their machine, and there's a lack of persistence, there's a lack of training to going to the right area, all that sort of thing. So there's a lot of that going on there. But just to give you an idea, I had a guy come in today who has been relic hunting for the last 6 months or so, 6 or 7 months. He is in probably what I would, if I had to say one area was the heaviest worked, this is the heaviest worked area in the Warwick fossicking areas. It has been worked and worked and worked. And just let me play you this little video of what, now this is just his stuff that's worthwhile putting in packets. He has got bucket loads more gear, and he's only going out maybe once a week, and probably not once a week. So let me just give you an idea of what's coming out, and I ask you how in a gold prospect area these items can be left in the ground. So we'll roll that now, and here it is. He didn't want to be on camera. He's a shy bugger, but he didn't want to be on camera, so I do all the talking here. So, right, guys, we've got a little collection here out of the. We'll go through a few bits and pieces here, but it's a little collection from the apparently flogged GPAs out at Warwick. So when people say they're flogged and then I see this stuff coming into the shop, it's unbelievable. This isn't all this guy's found. Some silver coins at the top here, lots of buttons, couple of thimbles here. That's a top of a Guinness bottle from the 1860s, 1870s from Ireland, sort of thing. So we've got little pinfire bullets here, little tiny horseshoe. There's a little buckle with the 1859 buckle. That was the manufacturing date. We got another. This is a beautiful buckle here. I love this buckle. I think I've showed you a picture of this buckle before. 1861 is the manufacture date. So got the two ships on it. Probably hard to see there, but two ships on it. Old small railway spikes for the ore carts. Then up here, we've got assorted spikes, coins, bullets, pinfire shells, a stack of cricket buckles, the old shell buckles, lots and lots of buckles. Nice little cricket buckle there, lots of cricket buckles, like getting closer there to some of these cricket buckles. Beautiful buckles. That's got a bit of glare on it there. So then arrowheads, we find a few arrowheads out there. These are old arrowheads where it's cheaper to fire an arrow to get yourself some tucker than than using a bullet, of course. This is a beautiful buckle too. This musical buckle here. You know, nice old buckle. Then we've got, obviously, we get stacks of these boot heels and boot toes, and lots of assorted stuff. Now, people tell me that area, there's nothing left to find in those forests, and people are walking over these things consistently all the time. You can't tell me that forest has been completely worked. So it hasn't. If they're finding horseshoes and pulling this sort of stuff out of the ground, it hasn't been fully worked. So you've got to concentrate and slow down and get the thing out. But that's a beautiful little collection. Now that's only in the last 6 or 7 months, mostly with the ORX. So the guy working the ORX, and he's actually working it for relics. He's actually looking for these relics. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. Keep looking. So there you go. That could have been a mule shoe. Someone mentioned it could have been a mule shoe. So yes, so absolutely. So that's what you can find, and you can't tell me that area is flogged. You cannot tell me that, right? There's some big targets there. Some of these buckles and like horseshoes, and you know, you're going to dig those targets. If you're detecting the right way, you're going to dig those targets in the goldfield. So really, really cool arrowheads and all sorts of stuff. That's what's happening out there, sort of thing. So few things happening here. Okay, so let me just. I want to put a big shout out. Let me get organised here. I'm a bit disorganised for some reason tonight. No one should be surprised at this. So let me just get a little bit organised here. I want to put a massive shout out, right, to Mark Richards, Metal Detecting Country, New South Wales. It's that direction, not this one. Metal Detecting Country, New South Wales. Now Mark's here tonight. So Mark, congratulations, mate. You're an absolute top Aussie bloke. He's been out fighting the fires, and hats off to all the fireys that have given up their time with their families and put themselves in harm's way to put some of these fires out. So absolutely hats off to Mark and the rest of the fireys, particularly the rural fireys. People are asking how are the fires going. So if we just have a quick squiz here at New South Wales. So most of those fires, I don't want to say under control because a lot of them are big fires still, but it's certainly a better outlook than what it was a week ago. They've got a lot of that under control. When we look at Queensland, very, very similar there. The only fire that is really quite close to the lease, if I scroll in here, is this fire here. It hasn't had a vehicle on it the whole time. Vehicles en route. It's just a grass fire. They've sort of let it go. The lease is actually, I don't know whether you can see the mouse there, but the lease is actually just there. So the lease isn't under any major risk. We did have I cancelled the other day because we had that's only about 7 kilometres there to the forest, and the forest is absolutely full of burnable material, and one spark in that forest and it will just go like the wind sort of thing. So yeah, you wouldn't want to be in that forest. So we cancelled it last week. We got cooler temperatures in the next week or so we're doing a trip out to the lease. If you want to join me at the lease, I'm out there from Saturday just till Wednesday. Just jump on the Golden Spur website for that. So the fires are still bad, okay? This fire here just north of Toowoomba, they reckon could burn. This is what they call the Peachy fire. Could burn for a month. The Cunningham's Gap, right, which is the major thoroughfare from Brisbane south to Sydney, and right, they're saying 1st of December before the roads opened again. It is just, stuff's bad, but it's in a better outlook than what it was a week ago. So yeah, absolutely. So okay, and really I've just taken a snapshot of this. I only noticed it because I look at the weather out at Warwick, out near the lease. Okay, so let me just give you a bit of an idea of what's actually going on. If a lot of people aren't from the country, this is the Warwick. If you see here, and this is just a small snapshot. This is happening across the country, right? So if you have a look here, I don't know whether you can see the mouse there, but average rainfall to November, 646 mils, right? This year, 169, right? Last year, 442. Like, you know, like it's mental. Look at this. Look at the month, right? November rainfall, total 0.8 of a mil, right? 100 mil average, 109. Like, it is just the driest on record's 26 mils in 2003. We've had 0.8. Sensational. So those people out there are absolutely struggling, and the poor buggers. Yep, that's just yeah. It is. Yeah, it is just mental. So. Right, so I hope everyone's. I've got Donnie's got static. I hope everyone can hear me okay. I'm buzzing. I am buzzing. What's happening there? Let me just try this. No, I don't know whether that's fixed it actually. Let me just. I've just got to stand up here. What we might do is, while I fix this, and we've just been talking about the rain, so what I'll do this was the 0.8. Might have been a bit more actually, but while I fix this, I'll just put it on. It only goes for a little bit. So there you go. That was the rain we got. It went for about 40 minutes, if that, right? This is the next day. So it just did not wet the ground at all. It was just the top inch got wet, right? And it was just a dust bowl by 10 o'clock the next morning. So it will come. That was a video from Michael actually. Michael Gant, good to see you, mate. Yes, so yeah, so I have fixed this. I have fixed the static, right? And I know exactly what was causing it, but I just hope we end up with a microphone all night. The microphone was a bit flat, so it was in charging. So we'll see how we go. If I go silent, let me know. So you'll have to lip read or something. No, we've got another option for that. So yeah. Right, so what else? We've got another little video of the lease, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let's just go back to our beautiful little beachy scene and talk about pics, funnily enough, which is not really what it is. So Trevor Trevor Pye had a big question. It was a lot of questions actually. So when we're talking pics for gold prospecting, with or without wings, the grind on the pick, the length, and how to maintain it, how to maintain your handle so it doesn't splinter or crack. So normally there's two different types of picks, right? There's that pick there. These are very, very sharp actually. I think I just scratched myself. That pick there, and there's a bigger one here, and that pick shape there, okay? So this is what Trevor's talking about with wings, okay? The idea of that is when you put it flat down and scrape, it acts as a bulldozer and it holds the material behind these wings better than what that one does, okay? So that's the idea of wings, okay? I'm not a big fan of wings. I like that pick because I can lay it sideways and drag out, okay? Some people prefer wings, and I think it's probably the type of detector you're using. That, like when I'm using a bigger coil, okay, I actually much prefer that. When I'm using a smaller coil, I actually prefer the wings, okay? So that's my preferred pick. I have never really, Trevor's probably a bit of an expert on this, but I have never really thought about the grind. I've always left the grind. Let me see if I can do this. I should have got a smaller pick. So see how the grind is on this edge? Some people put the grind on the bottom edge, okay? I don't know. It's a question, I don't know. So no idea. We need a pick manufacturer or someone who's tried both. I haven't tried both, so we need someone who has. Yeah. So that's what's happening with the grind on the pick. So the shape of the pick, right? So the other thing Trevor asked about was size, okay? Now that pick there is about 600 long. That's my preferred pick, okay? For normal metal detecting, that's my preferred pick, okay? Exactly that. That's the one I use. Well, it's not the one I use, but it's exactly the same as the one I use. That pick there. That's what I use, okay? Now, when I'm not walking, when I've found a patch, or for instance, I'm at the lease and I'm not walking a million miles, okay, and the ground's like concrete, I will actually go to a pick that is dramatically longer, right? So that's, what's that? That'd be 800, 850, 900 long. So that's a big pick, right? I actually prefer this shape because it's actually sharper, right? You don't have to drive as much into the ground for hard ground, right? So that's what I prefer when I'm not walking a distance, okay? So I actually run two picks, a big pick and a little pick, right? A little pick is when I'm walking or I've got, yeah. So that's what I do. I use two different picks. I've got a big giant pick for when I'm not going far, and I've got a little pick that sits in my belt, sits right on the side on my belt. So job done. So one other thing I'd like to mention is I run a magnet on the handle of my pick, and since I've been using more powerful machines, hanging my pick on my belt doesn't seem to, I seem to hear the magnet on the end of the pick as it swings around. Took me a little bit to work this out. So those of you that have seen me at the pick, I actually put my pick, obviously I wear a harness, okay? I actually put my pick, it sits, I actually reach over the back and slide my pick in there, and my pick sits right there, sits on my back, okay? So that the machine can't hear that magnet there. It's actually quite comfortable, and it gives you good stretch to get it out. So that's where I wear the pick, okay? That's how I carry my pick around the bush. I also, since I've been doing that, it's lovely not to have anything banging around your legs. It's fantastic sort of thing. So, pick. I see something in the comments that I'm going to come back to. So let's just finish picks, okay? So handle maintenance. Some people prefer cricket back handles. I don't, as a rule. I just like the raw timber. My handle on my CC pick is probably, I don't know, probably 5 years old, okay? At about 2.5 years, I noticed a little bit of cracking in it. I actually got a bit of polypipe and filled the bit of polypipe up with linseed oil, and I sat my pick in it like that for about, well, to be honest, it was about 2 weeks because I forgot about it, right? So it sat in the polypipe. It was only a little round piece of polypipe, just big enough to fit in there. Filled it up with linseed oil, left it sit in there. I probably wipe it down with linseed oil once every 6 months now, and that handle is fine. So that's how I maintain my pick. People put cricket back handles on them. People paint them orange and paint them all different colours so they don't lose them. So, yeah. So that's picks. Picks 101. So, well, that's what I do with picks. Now, what I say is, you know, people might not like what I do. So, if you don't, that's fine. I don't mind. So, yeah. So picks, right? So picks, a good Australian made pick, like that pick there, good Australian made pick, starts at $100, right? The smaller ones are cheaper than that. If you're digging, certainly the ground in Queensland that's rock hard, WA, like all over, that's rock hard, that's the smallest pick you want. That's that little one I got, right? And they go all the way up to, you know, I think that big fella there it's $200, $195. So, yeah, exactly. So, right. So, and most of them, how these picks started was out of a plough disc. Okay, there's the plough disc running around there. That's a bit out of a plough disc. Right, so, I saw a whole lot of talk about climate change, right? about fires and climate change? Yes, of course, the fires and the climate is changing. Congratulations, it's been changing for millions and millions of years. I'm not coming into the debate whether it's man-made or not. That's above my pay grade. But of course the climate's changing. It's all changing all the time. So, yeah. Right. What about the weight of picks? I don't know. That's like, I find that pick, I don't know what that weighs. I don't know. That'd be 2 kilos, I suppose. I don't know. I'd have to weigh them. So hang on, I'll go and weigh it. Oh no, that's too hard. I haven't got the scales turned on. So yeah, the poly pipe is a good trick for oiling your handle, right? You get a bit of poly pipe cut to size. You only need a tiny amount of linseed oil. You drop it in. You just keep topping up the linseed oil. Clever like that. So yeah. Oh, Sam Z. Sam painted his camo colours. My God. I bet you that's hard to find. So yeah. Right, so while we were talking about Sam Z, let me just show you this. Let me just have a look here. There's a bloke in the road of this next post here. Have a look at this. It's a nice medal. Wives and mothers of soldiers served in World War One. Sam Z. I think it's exactly the same Sam Z as we're talking about just here. So congratulations, mate. I know that was a little while ago, but I'm a bit slow, and that's just how I operate. Sometimes a bit slow. So congratulations on that one, Sam. It's a nice little medal for duty done. I love that saying. So well done, mate. Nice handle. So righto. Right. So yes. So right. I'm just trying to catch up on the comments here. So Tom asks a question about gaiters. Gaiters, is there some I recommend? Yes. Just give me a minute. I will go and get the pair I recommend. Actually, I won't, because we sold out. So Double D do a leather gaiter and they do a canvas gaiter, right? I prefer the heavy leather gaiter that they do. Absolutely quality set of gaiters. I used to recommend the Snake Protect gaiters, and I still like those Snake Protect gaiters. They're about twice the price of these Double D leather gaiters. We will have them back in very, very shortly. I think the orders in, and it's coming, sort of thing. But they're about half the price of the Snake Protects ones. And the Snake Protects ones, when they were new, I don't know whether I don't look after them or they got wet or something happened to them. But when they were new, they stood up nice and tall on your leg. And over time, they sort of got a bit floppy and then got hot because they shrunk down and tightened up around your legs. So these Double D ones are sensational. Absolutely sensational. Yes, lots of people have got different recipes on YouTube about the linseed oil. So, yeah, I put it in the linseed oil, and nice and simple, and I forgot about it for 2 weeks. I literally forgot about it. I was only going to leave it in there a few days, and a couple of weeks. Took a while to dry enough to be usable, sort of thing. So, okay, so I hope that answers the pick question. We've got some cool, another cool picture there. We've talked about now. Let me get back to the Facebook thing here. We can open this if I can get the machine to work. Nikki Bailey. I've seen Nikki here somewhere tonight. Nikki Bailey from CPFF, New South Wales Camping, Prospecting, Fishing, Four-Wheel Driving, and 1,000 other things, apparently. So, group camping trip, okay? 17th to 20th of January, right? So if you want to get onto Nikki's page, right? That's January. So if you want to go and have a group hunt, these group hunt things are really, really good for learning your machine. Okay, when you're able to learn your machine with someone who's got the same machine as you right next to you, right, you'll speed up dramatically, absolutely dramatically. So I would suggest that if you want to learn your machine, go and have a camping trip with the guys from CPFF, New South Wales Camping, Prospecting, Fishing and Four-Wheel Driving. So that would be my suggestion to you if you're down in southern New South Wales. So that would be the best place to go. So the other thing I want to talk about is learning your machine, the Carrara Nugget Hunt. $37.50. It's exactly what it costs us. So that's happening. The Carrara Nugget Hunt, that's the page there. This is the inside view, if you like. It's not the public thing. So yes, so Carrara Nugget Hunt, that is on the, what is the date? The 17th to the 19th of April. Make sure you get on and book your tickets, okay? So your tickets include, what we're doing is, Andrew from RAT is doing a whole relic session. There'll be a whole relic weekend. There'll be a whole gold tours. There'll be training. All of this stuff is included in your price. The Queensland Gold Panning Championships, I think it's going to be a $5, okay, to enter that for the adults, free for the kids. I need to mention too that the adult tickets are $37.50 for the weekend. Doesn't include accommodation, food, water. Okay, includes showers and all the tours and all that sort of stuff. However, if you want to, the kids are free for the kids. Okay, if the kids want to go into the junior panning competition, right, that's free as well. Under 16 free, over 16 pay the money. So but you still need to book the kids, okay? If you go to the website, there's a link there that you can go to I don't know where it is because the outside one, oh, here it is here. You can go here and you book the ticket, right? Here we go, tickets, admit one, okay? So you still have to go here if you've got a kid and book under 16 for free. You have to buy that. It costs you nothing. Okay, so you still have to buy that. So there's 2 tickets. If it's a family of 2 adults and 2 kids, you need to buy 2 over 16 tickets and 2 under 16 tickets, if they're under 16, of course. And while you're there, don't forget there's a whole stack of merchandise available. You want a hoodie, you want a towel, you want a singlet, you want ladies' shirts, you want men's shirts, you want polos. That's the place to go. So that's a plug for the Carrara Nugget Hunt. Nice and cheap. Heaps of fun. We'll be sitting around a campfire as long as there's no, fire ban. people there to show you how to use the machine. There's an actual nugget hunt. We're planting a nugget and giving people clues to where the nugget is. And if you find the nugget, you keep the nugget. So, and there's a lot of gold coming out of those. Forests. So there's going to be Hobo gold. Hobo looks like he'll be going. Grappy's gold's going. There's a I don't know whether the crystal guys are coming. There's lots and lots of people coming along. Aussie Detectress is there selling a few shirts. There's lots and lots and lots of stuff going to be happening. Obviously, it's April next year, so we haven't firmed up any of the majors as yet. But there's talk of Mine Lab. There's talk of Garrett. There's talk of Gold Diggers. Gold Diggers might show up. Who else might show up? Who knows? It'll be a great weekend. So get on to the Carrara Nugget Hunt Facebook page. Right, if you want to come along, give us an indication of numbers and we can go from there. Right, so we're back here to the beach scene without any beach. We've covered that. I've got a cool picture here to show you actually. Let me go back to, let me see if I can find here the comments on Facebook. I lost the comments on Facebook. Leanne's going to be at the Nugget Hunt, I believe. Relic display, that's right. Yeah, it'd be great to Benny Reed's there. G'day Benny, how you going? It'd be nice to get Rob from I think it's OOD or something or other detecting. He has got a mad relic display. He is mental with relics. So that would be cool. So yeah, so right. So what? Yes. So Sean, can we ask Jeff Williams to the Carrara Nugget Hunt? That may be a bit of an ask, but here, I'll tell you a funny story about that. Here, I've got it here. I've been reading this on a daily basis. How to Train Your Dog to Find Gold, okay, by Ray Austin, right? And Chili and I, as everyone, I don't know whether I've got a picture here. Let me see if I can find a picture, right? Really, really quickly here of not only, I'm a very lucky man. Not only do I own the greatest Land Cruiser ever built, but I also have the greatest dog ever made. I'm a very lucky man, and the best wife a bloke could ever wish for, sort of thing. So I'm going pretty well. But I can't find. Can you believe that I can't find a picture of the dog? Normally he's here somewhere. Where is the little fella? I had some on my phone. Anyway, I can't unless I pick it up really, really quickly. I'm going to abandon the search for a picture of Chili. Everyone's seen a picture of Chili. I just like showing off to it. Anyway, I've been working on that with Chili the dog on how to find gold. He is getting reasonably good at, I've got 2 little bottles and I've been training him, covering the bottles up, and he sniffs one, sniffs the other. He's getting, I think there might be something to it, but who knows? I'm still working on that, but he is a sensational little dog. So, then, as I was going through some stuff there today, I saw this from Michael from our last, it's a very, very cool picture, from our last show, the Eureka Stockade. So have a look at this one here. That's a pretty cool gold license from 1854. £2. So yeah, license him to mine, dig for gold, reside at, or carry on or follow any trade or calling except that of storekeeper. So yeah, pretty cool little thing there. So yeah, I quite like that when I saw it there today. So yeah, so we might leave that up there a bit. So it's a very cool thing. Right, so I'm looking for questions. If there is any questions, yes. So Lynn's looking for a spotter's fee for the book. This is a pretty cool book. It's the shortest book on the planet. It is 22 pages long, but the first 2 or 3 pages, the first 3 pages are title, contents. Yeah, so it's the shortest book on the planet. It's about 19 pages long, but yeah. Anyway, good book. So I like it. So, but yeah, so. Oh, Keith's just offended me here. Keith Haycraft. Keith, that 100 series Land Cruiser is not the greatest Land Cruiser ever made. I've got a correction to make there, Keith. You're misled. The 40 series is, mate. Yeah, the 40 series. Right, okay. So, got another little... people are asking about the lease and the fires on the lease. We haven't had any fires on the lease, but I got a little freaked out the other day. I was sitting on the excavator there, and I smelt smoke. Okay, crystal clear day. It was 5:30 in the afternoon. I smelt smoke. Okay, and I thought, oh, that's a bit strange. It had been smoky off and on for a few days. And within half an hour, it was. Couldn't see 150 metres, couldn't see 200 metres. So, what I did is it actually got me, because I don't have a lot of contact out there, it's sort of better to be safe than sorry. I cleared out. It's the short version. So, this is the little video I took. I think this is the little video I took of me walking up to get the excavator, really, and park the excavator where it's not going to burn to a crisp. So I'll just whack this on, and then we'll get back to the prizes. Hi guys, just thought I'd share this with you. So I'm at the lease, of course, probably about 40 minutes ago. It was crystal clear, the skies, so and we've had a wind change come through. I don't think there's anything to worry about, but I'm a fraction unnerved. So I'm just going to run the excavator down into its little safe spot, and then I'm going to shoot off home. So that's what I'm going to do. Go home and see the family, see the young bloke. So I'll just turn you around and show you exactly what it looks like. Walking up the hill, those that have been out to the lease know what it looks like. Cockatoos are kicking off. So, but she is thick as. There's the plant over there. But yeah, I think it's just the smoke blowing in from the other fires around the place. There's no updates on the Real Fire Brigade page, but you know, this is, you're flat out seeing between the two dams if you've been out here before. So we'll just run the excavator down into this hollow here, and there's not much in the way of trees that are going to fall on her, and if there is a fire, and look at that through there, mantle. So nothing to worry about out here, but yeah, better to be safe than get caught in a fire with a bit of gold between your teeth. I'll leave a bit of gold. So, alright guys, well, that's what we're about. I don't know whether you can make it out in the distance there. There's the excavator. Normally you'd see that crystal clear. So, but anyway, that's how it is. Righto. See you all later. There's Mr. Kangaroo over there. He doesn't know which way to go. I've interrupted his afternoon drink. Righto. So there you go. I probably, in hindsight, overreacted a little bit but with no communication really. I had internet, but you don't know whether those like the rural fire brigade sites are completely up to date when you're in a remote area. I was just keen to, and I thought to myself, how much sleep am I going to get tonight? I'm going to be up every bloody half an hour looking at the current fire situation. I thought, it's probably better to get out of it, sort of thing. There's a massive chat going on here on the YouTube about the best cruiser, Land Cruiser, right? I think everyone's wrong. Talking 75 series, 70 series V8, no. 4.2 litre 6 turbocharged, no. It's a 6 litre, 6.2 litre turbocharged Chevy engine in a HJ47. That's the end of the argument, okay? Not very fast, but it can tow the nugget that I hope to find out at the lease back home. So that's the important thing. So, the surfing Prospector. There is a very good high ace, and I think it's the. I think I've seen that high ace. There's a high ace kicking around with a lot of batteries in it, and it's quite a cool prospecting thing. So, let's talk about tonight's prize. So tonight's prize, snakebite bandage. Let me show you why this is not a normal bandage. Okay. So see there, it's a snakebite bandage. Let me get a little bit more out here. It's a snakebite bandage, right, with rectangles on it, okay? So the beauty of these snakebite bandages is that when you get the correct tension, those rectangles turn into squares, okay? So the correct tension is squares, not rectangles. So they're a very clever thing, particularly when you're by yourself or with someone who doesn't really know a whole stack of stuff about what they're doing first aid wise. You can just say, I've been tagged, make them squares, okay? The other thing that we've improved on with our snakebite bandages for this snakebite season is that this was actually a 5 metre bandage, okay? We've actually gone up, we only sell the 10 metre. We used to sell both, but it's twice the length, 10.5 litres. So we're not selling them anymore. This is just my demo one now. So they're very, very clever, these snakebite bandages, and so they're great. So tonight's prize is a snakebite bandage, 2 badges, a gold diggers badge and a golden spur mining badge, and a USB stick with 48,000 UHF GPS locations. There's too many acronyms in this world. They're gold mine locations, okay? Just under 48,000, okay? So that's what's on that USB stick. So you've got 2 minutes to share on Facebook and to share it on YouTube. Keith is probably right. Keith Haycraft, I'd probably have to admit, Keith is saying that the Chevy 6.5 litre turbo engine is better than the 6.2 turbo engine. I think so. I think you might be right on that one, Keith. But I think when you get a good 6.2 and fix, there's one problem with it that's been fixed on mine. I forget what it is, but there's one common problem with it. Those old diesel engines just go forever. So yes, so that will be good. I do need a drink. I'm stumbling over my words. This is only Coke from the See what, Nikki? We're talking about. Goodness gracious me! We're talking about all this stuff. 2.2 litre 4. The Barra engine's all right. Nicky Bailey, Ford's Rock? No, I don't think so. I don't know how this turned into a debate about what what vehicle to own, but anyway. So, right, let's close this up now. Last opportunity. I'm pushing the button now to start the randomizer. So we'll just kick that off right now. Right. What's going on here? Right, so we'll just get this randomizer to go here. Okay, here we go. Oh, I just noticed a question here from All Rounder. Does wet ground help you find gold? Wet ground will amplify the signal into the ground. Okay, so yes, moisture in the ground is better. It's certainly better. Obviously, too much moisture is not, because you're digging mud. But yes, it is better. So let me just run the randomizer on the YouTube. So we got one little package of bandage, badges, and USB. All of this stuff, badges, USB sticks, and bandages are all on our website. So if you miss out. So on YouTube, you need to contact me because I can't contact you. It goes to a Robert Comalotti. Congratulations, Robert. Comollatti. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I'm sure the pronunciation police will be on to me saying this is how you pronounce it. So sorry if I offended you, Robert, but you've won a prize. Congratulations, mate. And then let's run let's run, Bill Prosser here. Love the Hillman Hunter. My mother had a Hillman Hunter, Bill. It was a great little car. So they're worth a few bucks now too. So, Hillman Hunter. Right, so let's run this here. So the same price for Facebook on the YouTube is goes to Sharon Marie Lord lives in Bordertown, South Australia. Congratulations, Sharon. I will contact you straight after the show and send you that gear down. So congratulations, Sharon. Yes. So So congratulations, guys. That's the show for tonight. Thank you all for coming along for the ride. Thanks very much. I'm just catching up on the comments here. We've had a bit of a car second half, so thanks very much, guys. Next week will be from the lease, 100% from the lease. We've got a few people out there. It'll be a great little show, and thanks very much, everyone, for joining me tonight, and I will see you live from the lease next week. Thanks, guys. Good night.